right, today's another episode of Public Therapy Podcast with your host Chris, and today I got Coley Cole with us today. What's up, man?
Hey, how you doing, brother?
Man, everything's good. Let's go ahead and start this podcast with a shot real quick.
Yes, sir. One for the road. That's
One for the roadie.
Yeah. Ooh.
This podcast is sponsored by Remy. Goddamn. Shit kind of tough.
Yes, sir. It's been a minute since I had that, so I appreciate you busting that out.
Yeah, I shouldn't have did that.
Oh, yeah, you gonna feel it. Yeah, you gonna feel that.
I'm gonna feel that today.
That what it do.
Yeah. Alrighty, man. So, Cole, you on your way to Vegas, dog?
Yes, sir. They ain't ready for me, though.
No. You got Coleman is internationally known, locally respected.
Yep. And hold on, excuse me. Let me do the whole one. It's internationally known, nationally recognized, and locally respected.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, so we had Coleman on the episode 43 and 44.
Yeah.
So we brought him back before he rolled out because it's pretty much his last hoorah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you for coming. So we're going to talk about a couple topics today. You want to start light and then go deep?
Yeah, let's start light.
Okay. So we talked the other day, we talked about like everything that's going on social media and stuff, but the biggest thing, well, it was the biggest thing, it seemed like it died down a little bit, was the whole Kanye West situation he got going on.
Bro, R.I.P. Kanye, bro.
I mean, you still bang his music though, right?
So after the red one, My Dark and Beautiful Fantasy,
Yep.
he lost me, right? So Jesus, I was like, hey man, what is this? Then like, I think that was 10 tracks and it didn't get good till like number 8.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was 8 or 9. It was like the last 2 songs. But the whole first 7, I was like, oh hell no. Like that was a frisbee. Like remember back in the day when we used to have CDs? Mm-hmm. If I had a CD of that right then, I'd have rolled the window down and tossed that bitch. Then
yeah.
Pablo
turned into a coaster.
Yeah. Pablo, that was like a mess. That was like a bipolar mess. The Life of Pablo, like
Yeah, I thought that album was good.
Right, but he kept playing with it.
Yeah, it was, what was it, only 7 tracks or something like that?
Can't even remember, bro.
It was really short from what I remember.
And then he did that one with Cudi. No. So Pablo was before he started doing the short albums. Pablo was like 2016 or 2015.
Probably.
And it was like around the time when Tidal first came out. And
okay. Oh yeah, that was because remember that you couldn't listen to that album unless you had Tidal.
Yeah,
That's the first time I downloaded Tidal.
Yeah.
I think that was the first time. The first time I downloaded Tidal was.
Maybe.
Was it Jay and Beyonce?
You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It was
Yeah.
one of the two. You know how he was doing that. So yeah. But that one, I don't know what he was doing on that one. Then he dropped that one. I think he dropped one with Cudi real quick. Mm-hmm. It was like in a 3-week span. They dropped Kid Cudi and Kanye dropped something. Then I think like Tiana Taylor dropped something. Then like right after that, Kanye dropped something. It may have been, I may have had an order wrong, but I remember they dropped 3 albums really quick.
Yeah.
And they were all like 7 songs, and everybody's like, "What is?"
You talking about Ye when he dropped the album Ye?
Yeah. With the mountains on it, with that place in Wyoming. Is it Jackson Hole or something like
this
that?
Wyoming shit. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. True that.
Yeah. No. So My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, that was one of my favorite albums that he came out with.
Yeah.
That was in 2010.
Right, we're a decade removed from that.
Yeah, and then everything else in between. I mean, he had some songs in between.
Oh, what's the one? Watch the Throne. But Watch the Throne, it was a good album, but it was a lot of hype, bro.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, oh, it's Jay and Kanye. And like, you're like, oh, I'm so hype about it. But then like, you're like, oh, they're rapping about stuff that's cool, but like, I don't. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't really relate to it.
Yeah,
and then I think Jay had just dropped his book. No.
It was Decoded was coming.
Yeah.
It was coming. I remember that because I bought that too. Like,
I bought that book.
Yeah,
somebody stole that book from me actually.
For real?
Yeah, some Navy person. Yeah, I was stationed at SIG at the time.
Yeah, that's when I was at Aviato. So we was both.
Oh yeah, both in Italy. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody stole my shit.
Yeah.
That was like 2011 or 12 or something like that when he dropped that book. But yeah, Kanye, he lost his mind, man.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing that I took from it was, first of all, like, we as a culture, as black people, we already knew he lost his mind. And then the whole, like, presidency thing, like, I wasn't mad at him for doing that. Because if it was, like, 2024 or 2028 or something, or even 2016, I wouldn't have cared. But right now, bro, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Don't do anything to confuse, like, I'm not saying we have great candidates or anything like that, but like, we don't need any more confusion, bro. Like, because there's impressionable people out there, and then people that think stuff is funny. Like, I think our last election, people thought stuff was funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It was funny back in 2016, 17, 18, but now it's not funny. Actually, I appreciate our current administration right now, though, because if it wasn't for them, I probably would still be in that situation where I don't really care too much.
It made you.
It made me like, okay, this dude is crazy. What is he doing to us?
Right.
He says some fun. He's a funny, charismatic dude.
Right.
We can't talk shit about him.
Right. He's also sensitive to it. But look, you know what? What? One thing, the only thing I have in common with Donald Trump is he's a Gemini.
What the fuck you call him? You call him Domino Trump?
Oh, my bad. Maybe I did call him Domino. It's that Remy. It's that Remy.
Yo, I wasn't gonna say nothing, but my stomach is burning right now.
That Remy got you.
Yeah.
But nah, it got me too. But he's a Gemini, and you've been around me, man. You've seen me in serious states. You've seen me extremely playful. You see me attempt to be professional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What Coleman means by attempt to be professional, he may remove the N word from the vocabulary, and he might say a few cuss words instead of a plethora.
Yeah. Don't tell.
He know what the hell he talking about, though.
Right. But I say that to say this. As a Gemini, we're all over the place, and so he does stuff, and I'm like, you're having a moment right now. But like the my moments aren't recorded. My moments aren't interacting with reporters and stuff like that. Like, and I'm not excusing them, because I do hold. You hold any leader to a higher expectation. Just the same if I was leading someone, I would expect the people who I'm responsible for as their leader to hold me accountable. Like, hey man, that was messed up. This, that, and the third. So, yeah, man, the brother's too emotional sometimes. You know what I mean? But that's what we got, and it's not funny. And that's to bring it back to Kanye. Guess what? Kanye and Donald Trump both have in common. They are Geminis too.
Oh, Kanye's a Gemini?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, like bro, the duality of it, right? But what is that? What also is duality, right? Like being bipolar is duality.
Yeah. And like, God bless him. Like, I don't want to, because even if he is going through some mental issues or whatever right now, I'm hoping that he gets through it.
Right.
But I wish he didn't use this time right now to voice his opinions and is trying to get his platform to where he's running right now.
Right.
Although I will say it would be lit to have his name on my retirement paperwork.
You're right about that. I would take that. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, that's the only one thing that you'll take away from it. Yeah. That's
funny.
But
so the one thing that I like was Charlamagne said, because I think it was Envy. Envy was like, you shouldn't be talking about stuff with your baby mama and stuff like that. And Charlamagne was like, nah. He was like, they put everything else out there.
Oh, yeah, with the Kardashians.
Yeah. Don't. Keep that same energy. And I agree with that. Like, it's gonna be on the show whatever season they on. Like, they don't miss an opportunity to capitalize. In all honesty. Not all honesty, but just playing devil's advocate. Oh, don't say that. I hate that.
Yeah, I knew.
I don't like that.
I thought you were gonna say something else.
But think about this. Obviously, him and Chris, the mother of his wife, are not cool based off the tweets and everything. But that woman know how to turn water into wine, don't she? She'll turn everything into an opportunity. Yeah. Like if you were running for some kind of office and she was your campaign manager, could you imagine the spin on everything? Bruh.
Yeah, she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
I need her to take over the Public Therapy Podcast and get us shit popping. Yeah, but yeah, she's trying to make sure her grandkids is okay.
Yeah, she's trying to create that generational wealth, because I don't know her background, but I know that the father, he was the one that was it Rob Kardashian? Is that his name? Was that the father? It was like a lawyer, big lawyer.
Yeah, it was Rob Kardashian.
Yeah. Yep. That was OJ's homie. You know what I'm saying? But I guess that's where that money originally came from. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's crazy. Well, yeah, Kanye. I mean, if he was to be the 46th president, hopefully he puts the right people. I mean, he's not.
No, ain't no way.
Apparently, like 600 of those signatures that he had to get are all like forged or something, or they're all like I can't think of the word, but they're like non-reputable sources and shit.
Right. It's like having bots on your social media.
Yeah, I think they said he needed 70,000 signatures or something like that. So I mean, it sounds easy when you have 1 million plus followers and stuff on Instagram. Right. 70,000, they don't sound like much, but obviously the society has came to the common sense.
Right. Well, I think God. The current situation that we in has forced a lot of us to reevaluate our lives, the things that we want to be accountable for, things, all that type of stuff. Like, so hopefully, with this time that we've been, shut away and stuff like that, we start to realize more and more of our social responsibility, whether it be the issues with race in our country, our current, government policies and the way we do things in that realm, and then just, the things we allow in our community and in our nation, bruh, we gotta do better.
Yeah, we do have to do better, but it is what it is. And perfect segue, by the way, because we can segue right into it. You talk about us getting more in tune with our society, and I'm talking about us as a black people.
Right.
We want to talk about also why we don't support one another. Why? Not that we don't. Why is it so hard to support one another?
So, I don't understand it. No, I do understand it. I know that a lot of us come from places where, I'll give a perfect example. I'm not going to say nobody's name because I know that they're still involved in business and things like that. But just a guy that is a friend of a friend that I know, right? And my friend, I'm very close with him. And then it's like his good friend that he grew up with. So, you'd be like the removed, like, I'm the best friend on this side, he the best friend on that side. You know what I'm saying? So, you know things about each other because you share a best friend. Right? So, and they'd be like, oh yeah, such and such, he doing this and that and the third, right? And you remember what he was doing, like in 2001, and you like, oh, because I remember he had them cell phones and them things was hotter than firecracker. And you know what I'm saying? Like, and then police came knocking at my door asking me about the same.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so he has a track record of doing that. So then I'm on Instagram and, you see him doing whatever and whatever business venture he got going on, and it looks good. He's got a suit on, he's got $1 million smile, things like that. And then you see something like, yeah, come on and support this, that, and the third. But like, bro, I can't erase what I know.
Right.
Like, and so now I'm talking to my other homeboy. I'm like, is that shit legit?
It's like, it's so funny that you say that, because I see people, well, at least old friends on my timeline and stuff, still, they get caught up in those pyramid schemes and shit. And now they are here trying to make money. They don't know that they're in a pyramid scheme. I'm like, you were scheming back then, and you think that I'm going to trust you now? I'm talking about this is not a scam. It's not a pyramid scheme.
Right.
Those are the first signs of like, okay, this is probably a scam. This is probably a pyramid scheme. I got caught up in one a while ago too.
Right. Just trying to be ambitious, right?
Trying to be ambitious, trying to, somebody had a very good mouthpiece. They knew exactly what they were talking about.
Right.
But I realized shortly that they just were good at what they were doing.
Right.
I don't even think that person's in the business anymore. But when it comes back, taking it back to the supporting black people, I don't know what I will tell you one thing I've dealt with, and I'm not trying to sound negative or anything like that, but I've dealt with black people before, and you've dealt with ignorant black people as well too.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to support a business if they're not doing their part as far as when it comes to customer service and stuff.
Right. Right. We go back to the P word, professionalism.
Right.
And I understand that there are people that are rough around the edges, because I'm rough around the edges.
Yeah.
But the intent, right? Like you see different things through people's actions. You know what I mean? Like, oh wow, little things like I'll be there in 5 minutes, or oh, I couldn't do that this weekend because of this, that, and the third. Like, that's unacceptable when you're trying to build your reputation. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Yeah.
But I'll say that to say this: everybody, we all gotta start off small, right? So it could be something small. Who's somebody I know like doing something like, all right, like, so got a homegirl that at first she was selling masks, right? bro, I don't need no mask. I got about 50 left masks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But she was selling them. I bought one. Just one. You know what I mean? Boom. Came back quick, fast, in a hurry. Everything was on point. Hey, man, I'm really proud of you. You doing well. You know, you're doing good. Whatever. I'm supporting you because I see you trying to do something for yourself. And that's just where it starts. Like, we got to learn to give each other a chance, right? And then vocalize that to the person like, hey, I don't know you, brother, but I see you're trying to do something positive, or at least that's the illusion that I get. Yeah. Please carry on. Like, so I'm a soul into you, as they say in the church, you know what I'm saying? I'm a soul into you. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? I want to see you keep growing and this, that, and the third. And that's really my whole energy. Like, okay, I'm a F with you, bro. Like, it could be anything. Like, you know, somebody selling fish plates or ribs or something. Oh, I'm doing, you know, like this Coley Cole's barbecue and stuff. Like, like, bro, you don't want no barbecue. You know, you out here meal prepping and stuff. Well, maybe you do want some barbecue. Yeah. You out here doing things.
I want some.
right, but you like, all right, Coley Cole, that's my partner. Hey, how much for a slab, bro? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'm going to hook you up. What I should be doing, I should hook you up a slab. You know, this, that, and the third. Hey, here's my card. Let me know what you think. Give me some feedback. I'm trying to whatever. And, like, when you see that change in me, not even change, like, but, you know, you see that professionalism, you can be like, boom, I'm here for this, that, and the third. And then, whatever we do, bro, I think sometimes people don't trust Black business because sometimes they feel like the dedication ain't there.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
I've seen some very undedicated people. They just, like, you're literally out here trying to make money. That's the main purpose why a lot of people start businesses, but I think that's a terrible outlook on it. If you just in the business to make money, let's say you were going back to let's say you had your barbecue, the Coley Cole barbecue plates or whatever, Coley Cole's barbecue house or whatever. If you open up this barbecue place just to make money, yes, I want to support you, but at the same time, is your barbecue good though?
Right. Is it good?
Do you have passion in what it is that you're doing? I want to understand the passion behind your business first, not that you're just trying to feed your kids. Right. That sounds shitty to say this out loud, but I don't give a fuck about you trying to feed your. I do, but I don't right now. I want good food too.
Yeah. I want a good barbecue. I want it to be in a timely fashion. I want it to be delivered in sanitary means. Yeah. Things of that nature, right? So you got to check my basic boxes, right? You know what I mean? And that's the whole thing. Providing a good customer experience. You know what I mean? And does providing a good customer experience mean that you're going to be successful in business? Nope. No. That's the other thing too. What is that? Expectation control or whatever. Something along those lines is what I'm saying. Like, if I know that you're starting a business and this, that, and the third, I have to control my expectation. Okay. You know what I mean? And I have to be like, okay, I don't really know what you're able to do, but I'm going to give you a chance to do what you're able to do. And then when people ask for feedback or they're like, comment on my page or whatever, sometimes if I know you're a new business and I have something negative to say, I might DM it. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, hey, man, I do want to see you, or miss, you know what I mean? I want to see you do well, but, you know, this and that was whatever. Like, you know what I mean? I can elaborate if you like, whatever. Like, if I care about you, or if I see you really trying to do something, it's like some of my homeboys rap. I'll tell them, hey, man, that was whack. You know what I mean? Yeah. Or I'll be like, hey, that beat was fire. I like what you're talking about. I see your content growing, things like that. I'm not trying to tear you down, bro. The fact that I'm being real with you means that I care about you. Like, I'm not hating on you. Like, I really want to see you make it. Like, bro, rapping, opening restaurants, trying to do any type of thing with clothing, really, bro, anything that ain't part of the machine. Yeah, you gotta be ready to go through hell. Yeah, podcasts. Yeah,
with podcasts. When I'm going back to the rapping thing. I don't think anymore, but I've had friends that I grew up with that definitely tried the whole rap avenue. I don't comment on that stuff because it's an art, right? So just because the Texas shit, I done came down, I done came through. That's gonna be the name of the podcast. Play Kid Atheist Part 3. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I ain't gonna start. But what I was getting at, that's an art, right? So just because Just because I don't like it, we got technical difficulties, guys. Just because I don't like it doesn't mean the next person don't like it.
Right. But I'm gonna give you my honest feedback because I want to see you. I want to see you get to where you want to go. You know what I mean? Right. And it's the same thing. I'll keep it real while I'm on your podcast. Mm-hmm. I didn't know you was doing this until me and you got to know each other, stuff like that. Right. And then I'm like, oh well, downloading it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do I listen to every podcast? No, but I'm a consistent listener. Yeah. You know what I mean? And one of the main reasons I listened to it at first was because, I know Chris. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And he's what I'm talking about. And yeah, right. See what you're talking about, but then also too, like, he's trying to do something. Yeah. He's legit trying to better himself, put himself in a situation or doing something that he really likes. Mm-hmm. So like that's all it takes. I have another friend that does podcasts. And she's doing the same thing. As soon as she put it out, I was like, boom, boom. My nephew, shameless plug, the Who I Am podcast by Executive Z. That's my nephew. Okay. Boom, follow. I'm on it. Yeah. Right? Like, because he's just trying to do something. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And what if it does blow up? What if? So I just want to see you be great. Like, I'm not about to be like, when he first started. That's my boy. You know what I mean? And like, we got to get out of that whole like wanting to be praised. Like, thank you for yes, thank you for helping me and supporting me. But like, everything don't require a thank you. Everything doesn't whatever. Like you came here for Coley Cole's barbecue. Mm-hmm. I provided you Coley Cole's barbecue. I treated you well. You got everything that you asked for. Mm-hmm. Like, give me. You know what I'm saying? Pay the price. That's another thing too. The hookup.
Man.
We gotta get out of that.
So I used to have this clothing company called WDOD Fitness. What does Lifting do? Wackest name, looking back on it. Terrible name. But it was my first business avenue, right? So I don't have no money. I think I'm like an A1C or something like that when I first started. And people are trying to, so I had like decent clothes, but it wasn't me making the shit. It was off of a website. Right. So I didn't have stock. You have to order it from the website and then the shirts get made based off that. I understand. People were asking for like free merchandise and stuff. Like, I'm your boy. I'll advertise and stuff for you.
Who are you though?
Right. Right. So I immediately I got turned off from business. I was like, damn, people gonna be asking me for hookups and stuff all the time. Like, that's not cool. But yeah, the hookup. That's a problem.
That is a big problem. And
it's okay. I say it's a problem. It's not a problem, but
it's not a problem for Nike. It's not a problem for Adidas. It's not a problem for established places. Right. You know what I mean?
I just said that just in case anybody wants to give me some hookups.
Yeah.
Holla at your boy.
True that. Hook my boy up. But it's not a problem for those because why? Because they're established, right? But one of my close friends, Cam, he is a trainer, and I met him because I needed his services. Over that time, we developed a great relationship. I call him my grown-up best friend. Like, as a grown-up, like, and in my adult life, he's not a friend that I knew from, as I like to say, from 86 or something like that. He's not from the neighborhood. He's from San Antonio. I'm from Columbus, Ohio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. We just linked, and then we developed a friendship. That's my dog. Could I probably ask him for a hookup? Yes, I could, but I don't. I refuse to because that is how he eats. He is a trainer. He trains people. He charges them a certain wage. He provides a service. Right. And yes, and when I say that's my dog, that's my dog.
Mm-hmm. You can get something from him if you wanted to.
Right. But you should never do that. Right. Like I'm willing to spend money at Nike, Foot Locker, if there's a food truck with some bomb tacos, I'll get in my money. I ain't like, so can I get them 4 tacos for $4.50 instead of $7.50? Why am I coming my boy with that same energy? Right. If anything, I need to give him a little more on top. Let me sew into him.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip you.
Yeah. You feel me? So ain't no hookup. Nah, I'm your customer, bro. But then at the same time, don't play me short because I'm your boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, would it be cool? You know me, dog. No. I want the same customer service you would give someone else. Like, what is it? I guess that's where it comes from, right? Friends and business.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But like just because we're both black men, and you know, you're providing. Come on, brother, all that. Yeah, you are my brother, and that's why, because you are my brother, I need to treat you fairly, treat you the same way as I would treat, Wendy's or Macy's or whatever. You know what I mean? If you were having a sale, yes, okay, I want that sale price.
Yeah.
But if today is full price, then I'm gonna pay you full price.
Right.
It's only right. Like, people gotta take that out their thing. Like, well, this, that, and the third. Like, no. It's still a business.
It just makes sense though to spend money. It makes sense to spend money to where you know where the money's going.
Right.
You know, if it's your friend that owns, like, going back to Coley Cole's barbecue, right? He doesn't really have a barbecue place right now.
But it's coming, y'all.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's coming. But if I know that you had your own place, I know if I'm paying you top dollar for that, or paying however much a plate or whatever it costs, I know where it's going, versus me going to Texas barbecue, whatever big company barbecue place out. I don't really fuck with barbecue like that. Right. I love it, but I don't really fuck with it like that. But you don't know where your money's going, versus now you do spending in black business and stuff. But it just makes sense though, because let's say I had a business and I see that you keep coming to my business, paying full dollar, not asking me for hookups or anything like that. I'm going to be like, one day, I remember you from like a couple of years ago when I first started. You never begged for anything. You always supported me and all this other stuff. Here's a thank you. Here goes some of my merchandise just for a thank you.
Right.
You know?
Right. It'll all come back, right?
It comes back. But I don't know why we don't have that mentality. I mean, not that because obviously there's black people that support black people.
Right.
Like I'm a black supporter. I support black people.
As am I.
Yeah. So I mean, I love it, but at the same time, I'm not gonna just support you, but just because you're black.
Right.
I would love to, but I want to spend my money on shit that's useful. I'm not gonna go buy.
I think it goes a little deeper too, though. Like, when we talk about it, like, we always do this thing about black, which it is about us, right? And we do need to control our dollar.
Right.
No question about it. We spend too much money out here with other people. They never support us. You know what I mean? So we do need to bring that back. Saying that, you know what I mean? Like, supporting black business means that, like, we are unified in it, right? So we don't waver. We don't just do it on the 7th of every month or whatever, this, that, and the third. We have to do our research and stuff like that too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because like you said, Texas Roadhouse. Now, I don't know who owns Texas Roadhouse and stuff like that. But sometimes things are disturbing, right? Like when you see, you have a brand that you like, right? Like, I work out in their gear all the time. And then you see something that they're supporting. And then you like, oh, man, I don't even want to wear this anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to throw no brands out there, but we've all seen who contributes to what campaign and this, that, and the third. Yeah. And then you be like, man, I don't even want to fool with them. But your closet already full. Yeah.
you already paid them. They're eating. They've already ate with your money. And now what, you gonna go burn your clothes? Okay. They don't care. Yeah. 100%. I mean, they lost a future customer, but they already got your dollars from the past.
Right. So, like, that's where I feel like we need to wake up a bit, you know what I mean? And maybe that means taking a step back, right? And I'm guilty of it. I think on a previous podcast, I think it was episode 44 where we talked. I talked about my affinity for shoes. And I mean, there's a lot of people, not just black people, but people of all nationalities, colors, and creeds that like shoes and stuff like that. But, like, who's making that? You know, when they start digging down and stuff, they're like, this came from a sweatshop in Nepal or something like that. Like, it's wrong. You know what I mean? Or that, like, where these dollars are going and stuff like that. So how I feel like about supporting black businesses, because it's such a small thing a lot of the times, not always, but a lot of times, I can even trace that back to, like, where's this coming from? You know what I mean? So it just gives me, just more oversight on the brand and things like that. And I like that. So looking at where I'm headed now, even though it is hard, you see the struggles of supporting black business. I think that as I've grown as a man and become more conscious, I think that that's really all I want to do.
Like you mean that's all you want to do as far as supporting black business?
I would like to.
Yeah.
It's not realistic right now. So
not right now.
Yeah, it's not realistic.
It would be nice. It would be nice to keep the dollar in our own community, but we gotta
build to that.
Well, we gotta advertise. You know, we gotta the same energy like you said that we put into Nike and everybody else.
So that's funny, right? I don't. With everything that's been going on in 2020, I saw something that said like, why is BET like not really what it say it is? Why is it not like black entertainment television? Like, why are they showing like Baby Boy 100 times a day?
Right.
This, that, and the third. Like, and why don't they have like on Saturday? Why don't they have like HBCU football?
I mean, you better say that.
Like that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Things that showcase the culture.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or doing things like this hour. Because remember, BET used to have good music and stuff. Like, this is our independent music hour for black owned record labels or something. Or this is you know what I mean? This is the what is that called? The Black Home Shopping Network. These are all black businesses, and these are people trying to do this and that. You know what I mean? Because is BET in Atlanta, or is it might be in DC?
I don't know where it's at.
It's in DC or Atlanta. They might have offices both places, but I've lived in the DMV, and I've been through Atlanta several times. There are so many entrepreneurs and fledgling different things. Like, what if you created an avenue for them? What would that lead to? If we could see it, right? Like, oh, look at that product right there. Or, man, Buddy can go on the mic. Like, who is he? Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? If we created a real avenue for him. And
it's almost like you need to come up. I don't know what BET doing, to be honest.
They ain't been on the level for a long time.
But is it their fault or is it our fault? Are we not watching? Are we not bringing in the numbers that we should be? Because there's
probably.
I'm sure it is.
Back in my day, I always tell this story. When I was coming up in the late 90s, you know what I mean? Bro, I couldn't afford cable. So, like, I had to come to your house to watch BT.
BT? Well, during that same time, so the late 90s, everybody had illegal satellite and stuff. Yeah. So, I ain't trying to, no one knows who my parents are. But.
It don't matter. Hey, I live a clean life now. I don't even steal cable.
Yeah. Do you remember that? The direct TV with the car? You had to have the I remember there used to be a guy that came, I don't know who the hell this guy was, but he had like the card and he was like, plug it into the modem, and then someone started downloading. Next thing you know,
I'll just keep it all the way real. I was a minor. The statute of limitations are
me
done.
Too. I was definitely a minor.
Yeah. So we just knew someone who, there's people that are hard on their luck. You know what I mean? Or they maybe got fired or something like that. They knew what they was doing, and the dude need money, but he knew how to hook up the cable. Mm-hmm. I believe he probably used to work for the cable company. Just because, he had all the tools and accoutrements of a cable guy.
Damn, tool belt.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
You're not a professional.
But he came, he climbed up the pole, did this, did that, ran some stuff. Hey, bro, I know I was watching the Sports Center later that night. Hey, and you just paid him a minimal fee, and you rolled it out until the people found out, and they don't even do nothing to you. What, they just cut it off, right? Like, it just... Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. I never thought about... I don't even know if my parents ever thought about getting caught.
Yeah, it's a cat and mouse game. Like,
okay.
Yeah, you got me.
But shoot, over here in the UK, if you get caught, you better pay your TV license. They're going to send you a bill.
Yeah, 100%.
I highly doubt them people even come out here, to be honest.
Who knows?
But who knows?
The fear of it.
That's probably all it is, too. It's just the fear.
It's all good till you get that letter that say you owe 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Hey, go do the conversion on that, people. Mm-hmm. What 200 pounds is in USD.
It ain't cheap.
It ain't cool.
It ain't cheap at all. But yeah, so going back to the BET thing, it would be smart of them to buy, like when Nick Cannon had his issue a couple weeks ago, buy Wild 'N Out.
Right.
Everyone watches Wild 'N Out.
Right.
Everybody. Mm-hmm. Buy that. See how that does on your network. You see your numbers coming back. Buy something else. Mm-hmm. You ain't gonna buy Revolt, because I think Revolt was actually thinking about buying Wild 'N Out, but shit. Diddy maybe sell this. I don't know. Do something to bring your numbers back, because now you're just playing Baby Boy over and over and over, or whatever TV show. I think, what's his name? Gary Owen, the white stand up comedian. You know who that is?
Yeah, he was that the guy who was in like Think Like a Man.
Yeah.
Okay,
So but he's full of culture and stuff. But they put his TV show on there because he has a black wife and stuff. So he's like the first interracial couple on television, or one of the first ones. But they threw it on BET and it didn't do well because it was on BET. Okay,
so
they just need they need a rebrand or something. I'm gonna start my own black network.
Hey, real quick, yeah, that'd be dope. We could do that.
That'd be crazy as hell.
You know who could do it though?
Who?
Tyler Perry.
He could.
I'm just saying, he's got all the accoutrements to do so.
The key word in what you said was could, and he could.
Right.
He could do it, but he needs to just do like what Oprah Winfrey did. Just start the network.
Right. Don't try to control the content.
Yeah, try to.
I mean, obviously have a standard.
Yeah, have a standard, but high. His standard should be higher than the films that he makes. I don't know what it is, because he has the money. At least I think he has the money and the capabilities to do what he needs to do. But I don't know if that's just the way that his films are just made or what.
So I don't know if you saw a post that I posted. It might have been this morning or the morning before. And I know you and I, like, we always up at random hours because we can't sleep, right? But I put something up. It was of No Limit, and I said I appreciate Master P so much more now that I'm older. It was in my story. I might have did it this morning. I can't recall. It was early. But the reason why I appreciate what Master P did so much more as an older person is because he really had a plan. He really built something, not just for himself, but all the people that he influenced or employed. Like 90% of them, from my recollection, have good things to say about him. Like Snoop can't never say enough about Master P. You talk about the people that was down the whole time, like Mia X, so on and so forth, Mr. Cool, people like that, people that we grew up on. They all say good things about him, right? He created a place for them not only to express themselves creatively, but then for them to make money because of the way he had it set up. He taught people how to make money. And I appreciate that now. And I just feel like, is that a risk? Yeah, that's a risk. So, we saying Tyler Perry, make your own TV channel. That's a big risk.
Right.
It is. But now, do you even need TV? Like, how much of my TV comes off of True TV? You know what I mean? Websites and whatever. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, you don't, because you see YouTubers doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Like Andrew Schultz, he's a comedian, and he makes all his money off YouTube now.
Yeah, he's funny. I like him.
He is funny. He's very ignorant, and I love the fact that he's trying to go back to the whole no filter thing.
Yeah.
He doesn't give us. He's never gonna get canceled because who's gonna cancel him?
Right.
He owns himself.
Right.
He's smart. But Tyler, going back to the Tyler Perry thing, and even going back to the damn, who you just talking about?
BET or Oprah?
No, rapper.
Master P.
Yeah, I was about to say Snoop, but Master P knows how to treat people right.
Right.
So I think it's okay if you don't think you're going to be compromised later on for the way that you treat people.
Right. And then people got to understand though too, because people like, oh, they did this and that. I still got a business to run. And now, okay, go back to our friendship or whatever, right? You got a business. You can't jeopardize my business. So if I'm like, Chris, you asked for too many hookups, so I can't do the hookup no more.
Yeah.
Like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, you mad at me because I don't want to compromise my business for my friendship? Like,
yeah.
Come on, bruh.
Yeah, but that goes back to that goes back to maturity though.
There you go.
Maturity, or it shows that you don't really have nothing going for yourself, so you're trying to bank on other people's success.
Right.
Which is, it's kind of selfish. But that same person may think that you're selfish for not wanting to help them out. You got the opportunity.
Absolutely.
But it's a brand. Just like for me, the podcast. Let's say that you were a photographer. I have a friend that's a photographer, but let's say you were, and I just don't like your work. I love the fact that you're a photographer, but I don't want you doing my work because you don't have the same vision that I have.
Right.
So out of respect, be like, hey, I'm gonna give you opportunities, but don't think that you'll be like
my pride.
Like the main person I'm gonna call.
So that's the thing too. We gotta respect the fact that we need to develop, right? Yeah. So even with a podcast, right? you're on this. I don't know. You're in the high 40s of your episodes. I think you're on 45, 46.
Yeah, 45 came out today, but I got about in the mid 50s as far as it's recorded.
There you go. Right. Yeah. So you're not the same podcaster you were in episode 10.
Oh no, I won't even go back and listen to episode 30.
Right.
Like 30 or prior, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Right. I knew what I was doing, but I didn't have a idea of what I wanted to do. But now I do.
Right. So it's the same thing in business. It's the same thing in anything that we undertake, right? Like I realized that getting in on the ground floor and trying to support your business from the beginning, there's going to be some growing pains, right? But that's why we ask for feedback. Not even, it can be positive feedback, it can be negative feedback, but not disrespectful feedback. You understand what I'm saying? Like, negative feedback can be said in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Where you don't gotta be like, yo, your product is straight shit, bro. Yeah. Da 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 da. You can be like, hey, you overcooked the ribs a bit. You know what I mean? And I thought that your sauce was a little bit too this way. You know, but I like what you're doing, and if you do make any changes or anything, let me know. I'll come through and I'll try your next, you know, batch or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
Boom. Now I did just come at you and tell you that I didn't really like it, right? But I was like, hey, I'm still here. Yeah. You know what I mean? We got a lot to talk to each other.
Yeah. And even that right there could probably piss somebody off but so obviously keep in mind too is hopefully that person, like let's say you did come at that person that way, right? Hopefully that they're receptive to feedback.
Right.
Because a lot of people are not receptive to feedback.
Hey, what I said, keep in mind I'm an artist.
Yeah, keep in mind I'm an artist, but I'm sensitive about my shit. Somebody like me, I always ask for feedbacks and I'm always open for criticism. I don't give a shit if I'm walking down the road and you didn't like my shoes. Tell me my shoes are ugly. I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
Now if I put energy into your comments, that's going to show you if I care or not. But if you're somebody I don't really care about or I don't value your opinion, then that's another situation.
Right.
But yeah, you just I don't know. You just gotta be careful.
Right.
Be careful when it comes to business. But like even going like with me with the podcast and stuff is still trying to get things off the ground. And I'm not out here like, you know, you see some people that are out here and everyone's inbox like, hey, watch this. Well, I'm not doing that because I'm still trying to figure out. I'm trying to perfect my craft. Absolutely. You know, kind of like a perfectionist, but I know at the same time you got to put in your 10,000 hours.
Yeah, you do. You
got to put them in.
Yeah, I think you're gonna get there, Chris. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, in whatever we do, if we, you know what I'm saying, if we believe in it and we put our energy into it, I think we can get to where we want to go. You know what I mean? And I mean, I bet that you're learning a lot about different things, right? So who's to say the things that you learn from doing this podcast stuff can't be beneficial in other fields when you maybe venture out or this, that, and the third. Right. You know what I mean? So you just constantly got to be trying to put tools in your toolbox, learning. You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing, like, because I'll tell the crowd, but like you already know, like I want to do something similar to this, right? I want to do a podcast, not totally similar. I'm a sports guy, so it'll be sports.
That'd be dope.
But the thing about it too is like I realize that I have to work on my delivery. I have to work on how I enunciate, or even just practicing speaking into the mic properly, things like that, right? That's serious stuff because you want to put out a serious product. But I had to work on that craft. It's like working on a crossover, working on a jump shot, you know. So like I was already looking into different things like Toastmasters and things like that, right? So to help me be better, because then, you know, in my profession too, I'm often given the opportunity to speak. I want to do well in that too. Right. You know what I mean? So like keep doing things to make myself better at a craft. You know what I mean? Like
gotta be credible.
Yeah, exactly.
Gotta be credible.
Exactly.
Like I can tell that this has helped me a lot, even with the briefings and stuff that I have to give every once in a while too. Because now, go ahead.
But real quick, I was just thinking about it. If you do, if you're watching this on YouTube or somewhere where you can put up comments or anything like that, Instagram, whatever. If you are a black business and you do have something, hey, like drop a link in the comments, whatever. Let us know what you got. If you would like to advertise on the pod or something like that, that'll be dope. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
For a minimal fee. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, man. Right now, the best time to get your word out there, because when I blow up. Nah, I'm playing. So, okay, we done talked about black business. So, support your black businesses, please.
Absolutely.
Support your black podcasters. Support your black friends.
Right.
If you don't like what they're doing, tell them what they can do to be better if they're open to that. So I'm always looking for black business support. If I like your product, you've seen it, I'll post it on Facebook, be like, man, I love this, and I'm not even looking for a shout out or a retweet or a share or anything like that. I'm just letting you know, and letting other people know that I appreciate this, and you should try it out too. Right. But going to you, so heading out to Vegas.
Hey,
so you ready?
Listen, I'm very ready. I've lived out here in the UK for almost 4 years. And I've grown a lot in the individual aspect. And now, you know, with my growth, how do you test that, right? So you've been in training, right? I compare what we say in our profession is a lot of us older cats would say we're going back to the world, because when you live over here and overseas, it's not the same.
No,
it's not the same. We gravitate to each other. Let's put it this way: if we were in Vegas, there's probably a high chance me and you may not even meet. You know what I mean? But because we're here and the community's a lot smaller, you know, we kick it. Yeah. Right. So going back to the world, I've been over here in like the Shaolin Temple. I've been in the monks. You know what I mean? I've been fasting and praying and working on all my moves. Right. Yeah. Well, now I got a show. I'm going into what they call it Sin City. And you know, in my mind, all I'm thinking that it is, I'm calling it gladiator school, right? Am I who I say I am? Am I still going to do the same things that I was doing here? Am I going to have the discipline? Am I going to be in line with the things that I said I wanted to do? So that's why I'm so excited about it, is because now I get to test myself and see the man that I grew to. Am I really that strong? And then imagine the residuals that are going to come from that when I get those successes there, and when I get to where I want to go, it's going to make me even stronger, and then it's going to make me even better ally to people, or even stronger resource. So that's the mindset I'm going into out there. But I know what I'm going into, and I know it's gonna be rough.
It's gonna be rough, but you're gonna be all right though. Like, me knowing you, like the way that you communicate and stuff with people, people gravitate towards you.
Right.
So I'm not worried about you at all. You just I want you to be as successful as you want to be, and I want you to go above and beyond that as well.
Right. Appreciate that. Bro.
But I don't think you're gonna have a hard time. It's gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Because you've been living overseas. I mean, remember the first time you moved overseas, you came back to the States? It was weird for the first time. It was weird. So it's gonna be weird at first.
Yeah, 100%.
It just sucks now. Like, that's the one thing I hate about moving, because now it's like you got to hit a reset button.
You do.
It's like, damn, now I got to establish myself here. You're not going there with no damn portfolio. No, like, hey, I done did this, this, and this. They can look at your records and see what you've done, but they don't know who you are.
Right. Exactly. You know? Yeah, but I'm definitely excited. I'm feeling really blessed to be going somewhere like Las Vegas, just because of my interests and stuff like that. Like, I keep going back to it, but I'm a big sports guy, so I'm looking forward to the Raiders, going to the Raiders' new stadium, the WNBA team, the Aces, the NFL Pro Bowl is going to be out there, and then they got NBA Summer League, but then there's a plethora, I believe that's the right word. Correct me if I'm wrong, commenters.
Plethora.
There you go. That's my boy. That's my boy. You see, he came through. Friends helping friends.
I thought you were trying to say preference.
No. But there's a lot of things to do out there, right? And as those things become more successful, other things will come there. So those are the type of places that I want to be, like where things are happening and situations are growing.
That fits you. That definitely fits you.
Yeah, I love that. So it's a good. I believe it'll be a good fit. I'm looking forward to you visiting, you know what I mean, and some other friends visiting. That'll be great, because it's got built-in entertainment, you know what I'm saying?
That's true. It is Vegas. Vegas is dead right now, though.
For sure.
So, last thing. Oh, yeah, we're going over time a little bit.
Okay,
but no, it's on you. I mean, shit, I live here. You the one that got to go back home or go back to wherever. So, Coleman got me into soccer lately. So I guess I kind of get it. So I'm a Arsenal fan.
The proper term is a gooner.
Oh, that's the name.
That's the fans call themselves. They call themselves Gooners.
Gooners. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I'm a Gooner now.
The team is the Arsenal, and that's their logo is a cannon. So a nickname for the team is the Gunners.
Okay.
But the fans call themselves Gooners.
Gooners. Yeah. Okay, so I'm a Gooner. Okay. So I watched the game. Was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually pretty interesting.
Right.
I thought it was gonna be boring. I see it all the time on TV. I just never like sit and watch it. Mm-hmm. But it's pretty entertaining. So I can see how people are highly entertained by it.
If you really want to kind of really get the essence of it, is next time there's a World Cup, or if you're here next summer and they have the European Championships.
Okay.
Go somewhere, around here or even in London. Go to a pub and watch when the games are on, and watch how they react. It's like watching. Now I'm an Ohio State fan, but it's like watching Auburn and Alabama. I don't like either one of those teams, but them boys be going at it, right?
Yeah, just for pure entertainment.
Yeah. So watch, when England plays France or something like that, or Italy plays Spain, and you be like, yo, these boys on it, right? Yeah. So how I got turned on to it was the 2010 World Cup. I happened to be in the Netherlands at that time, and the Netherlands national soccer team, they were on a run. They made it all the way to the championship, and I caught 3 games while I was up there at the bar or whatever, and these people were so into it. They start teaching me the game and stuff, and I'm like, yo, this is live. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then I go back to Italy. I go to a couple live games in Italy, and then I'm hooked. So then when I come back to the States, it just so happens my city, Columbus, they have a football team, a soccer team, the Columbus Crew. I don't know if you can see the shirt. It's like glory to Columbus.
Oh, is that it? Okay.
That's the thing for the Crew, right?
Okay.
But I started watching them, and I got into that, and then I knew I was coming to the UK. I had a buddy over here already, and I said, one thing about going to the game, what would have been great had we not been in these times, was for me to be like, yo, Chris, let's go to this game.
Yeah.
Right? Because the game on Sunday, we easily could have got tickets for that game.
Really?
Yeah. But I was like, who are we rooting for? Before I get over here, he's like, I'm an Arsenal guy. I was like, well, then I'm an Arsenal guy too.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to go by yourself. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
yeah.
I was like, all right, cool. So then I started doing my nerd sports thing and learning about Arsenal, whatever. I got me a little jersey at one of the outlets or something. I came over here ready.
Yeah.
So I bought a membership. Over here, when you want to get tickets easier, you get a membership. A membership costs £36 a year. So that's $45 a year. But what it allows you to do is it allows you to be able to buy tickets.
Okay.
Right? So, and then when you buy the ticket, it's like a little credit card. They just put the ticket on your card. So then when I go to the game, I don't have to go to no ticket booth. I don't have to show no phone, nothing. I just put my card under the
little scanner.
Boop, yep, and I know where my seat is to go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So they got it real set up. But the reason why they do that too is because obviously this is a more established thing. But say Arsenal was playing, their rival is Tottenham. Tottenham is literally the other side of the neighborhood. That's how these clubs work over here.
Okay.
So they're both in North London.
Okay.
Tottenham's probably 5 miles down the road.
Damn. Okay.
That close.
That's close.
Yeah. And so Arsenal Stadium holds 66,000. Tottenham's holds 70,000. You're like, damn, how they filling this up? It's a big deal, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But if Arsenal was playing Tottenham at Arsenal Stadium, would you want a bunch of Tottenham people in there?
Not necessarily.
No. So you only give Tottenham fans X amount of tickets, and then you let your members get the tickets. You got to be a member to get tickets.
Okay.
So they've actually discussed doing that in different American sports, like places where it would be beneficial. Think about being a Lakers or a Clippers fans. When the Clippers and the Lakers were sharing a building, the Clippers are about to get a new building, but
they share their building.
The Staples Center.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn. That's how out of tune the NBA I am.
But you know what I mean? They were thinking about so because when LeBron comes into town, right? I've lived in a couple of different big cities, and when LeBron comes to town, half the crowd that's there is just cheering for LeBron. It's a home game, and they screaming with LeBron. Bro, I'm home. What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
True story. I was in D.C. watching the Washington Wizards play. Y'all know D.C. is a place a lot of DOD and whatnot. So it's a lot of Texans.
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs were playing the Wizards, and in the Capital One Center or whatever it's called in DC, the crowd was screaming, "Go Spurs, go!" in DC.
For who are they rooting for? Just because they were okay. I got you.
Right.
Got you.
So the Spurs were the visiting team, and, and the Wizards are the home team.
Yeah.
But the home arena was screaming like, that's messed
everybody,
up.
Yeah, that sucks to be close to in a military town because everybody from all over the world is in your town and you don't know who really roots for who.
Yeah. So that's why they do that. They just try to keep the crowd pro.
Yeah.
Whoever it is. But yeah, it's a great experience. And once you see it live, like you can watch it on TV, but then when you see it live, you're going to be hooked. You're going to be like, dang, did you see that? Did you see this?
I'm going to have to get Rajab to take me out.
Yeah.
Take me up one day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He's a good one to go with because he'll teach you the game.
Okay.
Because he's still teaching me the game. I mean, I know the rules of football, soccer, whatever you want to call it, but I'm American. I grew up playing basketball, football, and, baseball to pass the time. I ain't never played no soccer.
Yeah. That's all I played: basketball, football, track.
Yeah,
tried to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you know what? I tried to play soccer. Let me tell you a story real quick before we close this thing out. So I tried to play soccer. It's kind of racist. I think about looking back.
Yeah, but we got to think about the demographic and where we grew up and stuff.
No, I wouldn't be racist. But so I tried to play for the school called Kennedale, right?
All right.
But the only reason I wanted to play soccer so I wouldn't have to go to off-season football.
Oh, okay.
So because I didn't want to, because you go off-season football, then you roll right into track. So I was like, I'm gonna go play soccer, just so I can kind of f off because they was chilling.
Right.
All they did was run miles and they practiced kicking balls and stuff all day, but they were chilling for the most part.
You would have got some cardio out of it, but it wouldn't have been too stressful.
And then you get a letterman out of it and everything, get a letter and all that stuff. So I was like, let me just do this. The coach would not let us play. And it was like me and 3 other black people. And it was like, no, because y'all not gonna take this seriously. I don't think it was racist. I think he knew what we were up to. But I was like, I could have, if he had just like, you don't know, you don't know what I could have been in the MLS or something like that right now.
You don't know because had I took a liking to it,
maybe but he shot my opportunity down. But I wouldn't go on there with no real intent. I was just like, Coach. He's like, no.
I'll say that to say this. If I'm ever fortunate enough to have a child, male or female, I would definitely have them playing soccer.
Yeah.
Just to, first of all, broaden their experience, but also, too, I think that if they're good, like the opportunities are really good in that sport, and we're not represented as well in America. We're not. Around the world,
because you see a lot, like from all over the world, outside of America,
right. But creating those different things, and then just showing them different things too. So if I ever had a child and they took a liking to sports, I would want them to play all the sports and then figure out what they really like. So I definitely would be on that. But it's a cool thing, man, and I'm gonna keep introducing you to it more and more, man. So life goes. The World Cup is coming to the United States in 2026. And they're probably going to have some games in Texas. They're going to probably have some games in a bunch of places. They put the cities out. Okay. And it's all the big cities. So they're probably going to play a game in Jerry World.
Yeah.
They're probably going to play
in Dallas. Yeah.
You can see it now, right?
That makes sense. It's big enough. Mm-hmm. It's nice enough. Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. We gotta hit that up.
I want to go to Doha, man.
2022.
Yeah, man. That's why I want to watch it. That'll be dope as hell.
Yeah.
I'm sure, God willing, I'll be there.
Yeah. Amen.
So, man, I would listen to your podcast if you talk, because if y'all just listen to the last 10, 15 minutes, you talk about sports like seamlessly. So you would definitely have a dope sports podcast. Yeah, put your own twist on it and stuff. So y'all check that out. You don't have a name or nothing like that yet.
Nope. Yeah. I don't want to say the name because I haven't trademarked it yet. So
but once you get the name and stuff, I'll shout it out on my podcast. Just like I got a homeboy, he's about to start his here pretty soon. I'm gonna shout his out as soon as he gets his name and everything going. So anything else you want to talk about?
Nah, man, I just want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity. This was my 3rd show, and I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for the things that you taught me about how to do this. Mm-hmm. And it just kind of goes back to what we was talking about helping people develop and stuff like that. Like you're a little further along than me, and you really showed me how I should kind of be trying to progress with it. So thank you for the opportunity, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem, man. I want to tell you safe travels. I'm glad I ran into my first encounter with you. I was like, who the hell are you talking to? Who the hell is this guy? I think we talked about it, didn't we? Yeah. I was like, who is this guy? Well, you actually turned out to be one of the coolest dudes out here in the UK that I met. So more blessings to you. Safe travels.
Thank you,
you're going to do big things where you heading to.
Yeah, and I know you are too.
Yeah. So, keep doing what you're doing, man.
Word.
All right, y'all. It's been another episode of the Puppet Therapy Podcast with y'all's Chris, and today we got Coley Cole with us, y'all. Peace.